All right, let's get a start on this before I delay any further because it's getting late already. So let's start with the S&P. Um, Second day up, we almost tagged, well, fully filled the teal gap. You can see today's candle's a little bit spiky from first resistance of the 10 MA, and technically this is a black doji candle, which leans. It's suggestive that Friday will be red, if briefly, and if only marginally. So my guess, if I had to guess, I think we're going to cool back to maybe 6,900 early Friday and then push upwards. A soft target will be a full fill of 6 to 69.40. Also, something to watch. Daily momentum has started to tick upwards. At the current rate, it will turn positive on Tuesday. So the setup looks more bullish for Tuesday and carrying into Wednesday and Apple earnings on Thursday. And then, of course, it's end of the month, which is a scary thought. All right, what else to jump to? Well, I guess we could just highlight the fact that the VIX, of course, it's look a little bit of mild hysteria on Tuesday, and it's just like, hey, we're back, normal service. Momentum's going to turn negative probably maybe Monday, if not Tuesday. So again, equities look pretty good into Tuesday. Gold, silver. See if stock charts have updated yet. Yes, they have. Okay. Well, look at this. Gold, new historic high, 49.27. We're only 73 bucks from 5K. Oh, look, on the daily chart, this looks crazy, right? I mean, a weekly chart. Look at that. That's just wild. And of course, silver, new historic high, 96.24 on a daily. I mean, look, it's just a little bit of cooling here and there, but and look at that. Look at that candle. I mean, really, that's just crazy. I mean, look at this. All of this time, look, the last couple of years is basically just chop, and it starts picking up. You get the bullish pennant here, and it breaks up there, and off we go. You have one little bit of cooling end of the year, and we're just resuming right back upwards again. At some point, we're going to get stuck, and I mean, I've been saying now for a while. Um, Gold 5K, silver 100 bucks. Um, that would be a natural place to store. So, you know, and again, the metals can trade independently of the main market. Not often, but sometimes they could. So you could see a big sell down or at least a consolidation, especially in silver. And that could last for a couple of months. Of course, if the equity market's going up, I mean, silver could just keep going. So, I mean, on no basis, I mean, I have a no shorts on silver rule. Like no shorts on silver ever. It's just the idea of shorting silver after a breakout in October when it broke above 54 here. When it broke above 50. You know what? I should probably have the 50 threshold on here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, no shorts on silver. That would be stupid. What else? I didn't check copper to see what copper did. Okay, copper was at 3 cents to 5.80. Again, look, new strike high just last week, $6.10. Sevens are coming, right? Again in February, no. March, probably not. But you can certainly see the sevens April, May. All right, let's just jump through some stocks as fast as we can. Partly for my own benefit because I'm tired. Apple. Yesterday, black candle. Today, black candle. So there's a little bit of selling into the bounce, but RSI 22, we're as oversold as we were in April. It's like if you didn't like buying Apple at 288 when the RSI was what 73 or so, You can buy it now at 248. It's oversold. Earnings next Thursday. Moving on. Archer Aviation 6%. Gotta like the air taxis. Agnico 4%. New historic high. American Eagle. Correct. Yeah, American Eagle. Um, that's a bearish engulfing candle. Down 3%. Yeah, that does lean to maybe the 50-day and the 23s. First Majestic Silver. Wow. 9.1%. That's a multi-year high. It's not the all-time high. The all-time high was from 2011 when silver was 49 and First Majestic was around 26.50. So we are still $2 shy of the 2011 high when silver was just 49. And yeah, look, we're overbought. I would be a little bit mindful. We could get a retrace like this in February. Again, the cautious will be raising their stops. And what would be a tight stop? 22, today's low. Yeah. Or a looser stop would be the 10 MA at 2074. But that's $4 down. That's 20%. Just for that little move there would be a 20% drop. This is going to get ugly at some point. Again, in my view, you'd be crazy to short it, but those who are on board are going to be raising their stops on a short-term basis. I mean, long-term, this should be $50 right now. AMD 1.6% higher with the sector. Amazon, is that a black candle? No, but a lot of chop. I think earnings are next week, but I don't see them on the schedule yet. Barrack Mining struggling to the sector. Yeah, that's a black candle there. Also, yesterday's candle was bearish engulfing, which did play. Actually, no, it didn't play out. Boeing, new cycle high, 0.5%. That is a black candle. Dibaba, short-term structure was a bull flag, 5% gains. Not a surprise. Bank of America, you could argue structure's a bear flag. Today's candle is black, leans bearish for Friday. Bitmine, don't care. Caterpillar, a little candle there. That is a new historic high, 655.78. Today's candle is black. Kamiko, new historic high, although it did cool back, settling down 0.4. Again, you know, the cautious will be raising their stops or lightening up their position. Midterm bullish, of course. Carnival, black candle. Cleveland Cliffs, bearish engulfing candle. Coinbase, that's kind of surprising. Down 1.7. I mean, the stock's broken anyway. Oh, look at it. Look at it. This was 444. It's 220. Of course, that was when Bitcoin was maxing out. Now it's basically 50% down. Deckers, down 0.3, stuck around $100. I mean, still think it's 125. Maybe in February, early March. Disney up 2 cents. Earnings will be due in early Feb. Yeah. Energy Transfer up 2.6%. This is because sister stock, Kinder Morgan, had good earnings. You'll see Kinder Morgan shortly. Endeavor Silver 10.9%. Wow. Ford down a little bit. Freeport McMoran had good earnings. Well, actually, they had mixed earnings, but the outlook is good. Yesterday's black candle played out. Today's candle is bearish engulfing, leans short-term bearish. Yeah, look at this. Momentum in Freeport's going to turn negative at the Friday open. So yeah, we're probably going to see some downside in Freeport tomorrow morning. Google, black candle. Home Depot, new short-term high, but it did settle down 0.9%. So again, that leans somewhat bearish for early Friday. Heckler, 8.3%. New, I think that's a new historic high. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Intel up 7 cents. Of course, it's down about 6 or 7% in after hours earnings, which were, I guess, the word mediocre earnings. But the outlook looks okay. Remember, you have the U.S. government backing up Intel all the way. I think $80 to $90 looks realistic before year end. JOBY up 1.7%. That is not. No, it is. It is a black candle. The 200 days should hold. Bold will be buying, which of course they've been doing a few times here. Midterm bullish. I think $30 looks pretty easy. Probably by mid-year. JP Morgan, another one with a black candle. So there's a lot of black candles around, as there should be, of course, because the S&P and Nasdaq had. Was it Nasdaq had one? I don't know. No, Nasdaq didn't have one. Russell had a black candle. KKR don't care. Yeah, Kinder Morgan was up. Kinder Morgan was up 3.9%. It's it might be a historic. No, it's not a historic high, but earnings were good. Cree new cycle high, but it settled down a little bit. Don't care about that. Lockheed getting very close to a new historic high. I think the new historic high is 597. So we're probably going to be printing that either tomorrow or before the end of the month. Can't be bearish for defense stocks, can we? Meta platforms. Finally, we have a bounce. So yeah, look at that. The buyers came in from $600 on Tuesday. Yesterday was up, and today is finally breaking up on the way above the 10 MA, 50 MA, and now we have the teal gap to around 730-ish. I'm not a fan though. MP Materials up 5%. Got to be bullish rare earths. Microsoft is also another one trying to floor ahead of earnings, which might be out next week. Micron, new historic high up 2.2%, 397s. Incredible. Netflix. So yesterday's candle was a hollow red reversal, which failed to play out. Kind of unusual. We settled down 2.1% to the 83s. You got to think 81s will probably be taken out, and then we go down to close to $70 in February. Again, the fact that there's an ongoing bid for Warner Brothers is not helping the stock. Nike, 5 cents. You can see that today's candle is a little bit spiky. It's not a black candle. It's close, but maybe Nike will probably be down 0.5% or so in the morning, maybe even 1%. I like it for midterm still. Nvidia, second day higher up 0.8%. All of this bullish consolidation. We're going to take out 212 this maybe in February. I think next earnings will be in March, I guess, early March. Yeah. We're going to go above 212 in March, probably. Oklo, black candle, leans bearish for early Friday, but the 200 days should kind of hold. Ondas, drone company. Yep, 0.6%. You can argue this is a big bull flag. Orbs don't care. Owl don't care. Don't care. Pan American Silver, new historic high up 7.9%, 61s. Again, if you believe silver's going to be at least 130 or so, this should be $100 later this year. Best silver miner for what I understand. Palantir, black candle, short-term bearish for Friday. PayPal, don't care really. Don't care. RCAT, solid gain. Again, you got to be bullish for drones. 11.2%. In fact, I think there is. That is a new historic high for RCAT. Yes, it's overbought, but I got to think this is $25 to $30 looks pretty easy. I don't know when earnings are, but got to be bullish drones. Part of the military-industrial complex. Rocket Lab, it was down like 6%, closed up 0.2. You could argue structure's a bull flag. I will say though that momentum did turn negative today, so we could have some choppy cooling for a few days. SMR, one of my favorite stocks, up 4.5% to $20.64. Soft target is $30, which is around 47% higher by my math. Yep. 47% upside either by late February or early March. My favorite nuclear stock, partly because of the ticker, SMR, small modular reactor. Target. Look at this. Nice little spike from key price threshold. Today's candle it's black, so in theory we'll be down a little bit early Friday, but we should hold. Bullish to 115. Earnings are due in early February. Should be fine. Midterm bullish 145. Tesla had a good day. Solid gains, actually. Look at that. 4.1%. Partly helped by the fact that Elon is out there. He was in Davos today talking to Larry Fink of BlackRock. That was an interesting interview. And yeah, Elon was also suggesting that the Optimus robots could add 20 trillion to Tesla's market cap. He might be right. Elon was saying that yeah, the Optimus robots might be for sale to consumers by the end of 2027. Again, we know Elon and his timelines are quite they always get stretched out. Yeah, take two. Yeah, this was a nice one. I highlighted this twice during the day and also yesterday because look, 200 day bounce bounce, spiky candle, spiky, very spiky candle. I guess you could call that a shooting star, maybe, but that's to me that's bullish. This is bullish. Cyclically, it's on the low end. Momentum's ticking up. Bullish Grand Theft Auto 6 into 2027. I want that game. I want that game now, but it's not available until November 19th. Patience. United Airlines had a lot of upgrades this morning. Initially up, but they did sell it off later in the day. Yesterday's black candle did play out. In fact, today's candle is bearish engulfing, so bearish for early Friday. Uranium Energy, I think that's a new historic high. Got to be bullish. Energy, nuclear. United Health, third day, solid gains. Look at this. Free candles. I guess you'd even call them free white soldiers, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah, free white soldiers would be the term. This is very bullish. Look at this. That's a stall. Look at that. Great. This is textbook. Black candle stalls at the 200 day. Down. Stalls. Minor false breakout, although, you know, wasn't anything dramatic. This is looking much better though. So 354. Basic target. Green gap. 472. Is that likely in February? Not really. Probably March. March, April, maybe. Earnings are due next Tuesday. I think we could see $400 next Tuesday, right? That's quite a way up. Actually, that's probably a stretch. Maybe 400 in early February, early mid February. But it's looking like it's breaking up and away. It's happening. Exxon, new historic high. I mean, it only settled up 3 cents, but still, new historic high. Look at this, 103, 133. I mean, considering oil prices, Exxon's doing very well. All right, what do I want to end with? Um, I don't know. Hmm, maybe you know what? Maybe that. Wow, right, heckler. Jesus, look at that. Look at heckler. The time with the silver miners has begun. Off we go. $31. And you think, yeah, can we retrace? Of course we can retrace. We could drop back 20, 30% without even trying. Nothing goes up in a straight line forever. But yeah, look at this. $6. 456. Boom. 31. Wow. It's a hell of a thing to see. Of course, Pan American silver. Yeah, near strike high, 19.1% on the month. 61.72. Clearly heading for $100 sooner or later, right? In this wave? No, probably not. I mean, you got to expect little down counters along the way, but you could even, the 10 MA would be a key price threshold to test. So that'll be around 45 in February, March. Got to be careful. I mean, if you're a long-term holder, then it doesn't matter, right? But some point, it's going to max out. Anything else to highlight? Actually, I'm going to end on this chart because we have 6 trading days left of the month. We're currently net high for the month by 67 points, 1%, 69.13. Upper Bollinger is offering, what is it? I can't read it. 7,083. So we can be, I think we're going to print 7K next week. And in February, basic target will be 7,100. And that means March, we should be somewhere in the 72 to 7,300s in March. I think that looks very realistic. And that also means 8K by September when SpaceX should be IPOing. 8K S&P with maybe 60,000 Dow, maybe. Depends. At least, well, no, 60,000 Dow would be, yeah, just about equivalent. Anyway, we're going up, whether you like it or not. They're going to inflate the debt away. That's the only solution to all of this. They're going to spend like insane maniacs. It's the only solution. I don't support it. It is what it is. You can choose to trade and invest accordingly. And on that note, I'm going to wrap things up and maybe watch a movie. Have a good evening.